Let's see here. Thanks for these questions too, Tim, and all of you. Stu is here, and he says, over the weekend, I was able to watch an estate planning firm update on estate tax changes to help pay for the 1.9 trillion and 3.5 trillion dollar bills. Let's just go over what a trillion is again, Stu. This is great stuff. I want to just pause here. So a million is, right? We know that a billion is 1,000 million. So a person that has $1,000 million has $1 billion. A trillion is 1,000 billion dollars. So just let that sink in. 1,000 billion dollars. And we have bills that are going to spend 5,000 billion dollars. I mean, it's really actually funny. 1,000 billion dollars is a trillion. And we're going to spend 5,000 billion dollars. That's what 5 trillion is, 5,000 billion dollars. That seems like a lot of money to me. It really does. I'm just going to be honest with you. That seems like an awful lot of money. Inflation is going up. We have a lot of things that are not going in the right direction. Might not be the best time to spend $5,000 billion. And we have this loony administration telling us that it doesn't cost anything. Right? Just fathom that. It's $5,000 billion, and they're on TV saying, no, this is a zero cost deal. Doesn't cost a thing. It's zero cost. Stu goes on to say, it looks like the step up in basis is going bye-bye, and any transfers of assets due to gifting or death is considered a sale subject to the higher capital gains tax. Yes, I'm going to comment on that. Trump's $11.7 million per lifetime estate gift exemption will expire. So do you like the idea that anything that you worked for is going to be taxed at an extremely high rate when you die? If you're a farmer, do you like the idea that when you die, they tried this, it didn't go through, but the fact that they even tried it is nauseating, that farmers would have to basically sell their farm when they died in order simply to pay the taxes to the government. And therefore farms just go out of business. I thought the government was behind farms. So that means anytime somebody owned a farm and died, that farm goes away because they couldn't afford to pay the tax without selling the farm. So that, these are things. Do you like that? Do you like the fact that crime and murder are at all-time highs across the country? Do you like that? Do you like that we have the largest border crisis in the past 40 years? Is that something you like? And it was invited? It was completely avoidable? Do you like how we handled Afghanistan? Do you like that there's hundreds of Americans still there and they can't get out? I mean, these are things you would have to like if you like what's going on. Do you like that inflation is at a 40-year high when it wasn't even here 9 months ago? We were in a deflationary period for a long, long time. You must like that if you like this administration. You must like this administration if you like the fact that we went from energy independent and a net exporter of oil to now having to beg OPEC to increase supply, and now gasoline's at a 7-year high. You must like that if you're happy with the administration. Do you like that they want to hire 80,000 new IRS agents to surveil ordinary Americans, that they want to monitor your bank account down to the $600 level? You must like that because that's what this administration is doing. You must like, if you like this administration, you must just love the idea of taking all of the medical and educational decision-making away from parents regarding their own children. You must like the fact that the Attorney General has engaged the FBI to intimidate parents who have the nerve to question the school boards about teaching critical race theory to their kids. You must like that if you like this administration. So Yeah, I don't see a lot here. Honestly, I gave them a chance, and I'm not seeing a lot that I like. So you could say I don't like this administration based on those things. But I don't dislike them based on race. I don't, or something like that. I don't like them based on what the hell they're doing or incapable of doing, for that matter. Also, Stu goes on to say that we'll revert back to Bush's 5.7 million to 6.2 exemption by the end of 2021. So you still will have an exemption, which is good that it's still there, a 5.7 to 6.2 million dollar exemption that won't be subject to certain taxes and so on. Thank you very much, Stu. I appreciate that. Congress does not know how many zeros in a trillion. That's probably true. Yeah, and also Joseph said Bill Gates is looking to buy land. I think Bill Gates is buying farms. A lot of very, very wealthy people are buying farms. Is it just me, or is something big changing in America? Is something underway? Things are shifting. A lot of things are in motion. I would give this administration credit if they made some decisions that made sense and that were favoring outcomes for ordinary people that were better than what we've seen. And having all the things that I've gone over doesn't look good. It's not that I hate Joe Biden as a person. I don't hate him at all. But I don't think the decisions are any good. I think they're awful, to be honest. And I hope they get better. You know, if he started making better decisions, just decisions that weren't so suspicious of everybody, so behind the scenes, you know, hidden, and all this stuff that's going on. I mean, I'm not the only one. His approval rating is down at like 38% on a lot of these things. That's very low for just 9 months, right? That's a very low approval rating. So it's not just me saying, hey, I'm concerned. I don't like what's happening with all that. I hope that it changes. I hope that somebody in this administration gets some sense in their head. But I do get the feeling that something bigger is at foot. I wonder if you do as well. And I say that with all due respect to the presidency, to the president himself and the office of the president and Congress and all of that. I want to respect those things because those are the things that are the part of the basis of America. What I don't want to see is any destruction of the Constitution. I don't want to see that, because the only reason people want to destroy the Constitution or change it is because they don't like operating under the Constitution. They think they know better, and they don't. Nobody knows better than the Constitution. There's no country that has been better put together than what the Constitution did for the United States, nor any more successful country. I don't know how long the success of this country will last, but it's the best. The Constitution won't ever be exceeded. It may be in 1,000 years or something, but it's that good. You know, Nancy Pelosi's not going to write a document that's better. Chuck Schumer or whoever, they're not going to write anything better for how to run a country fairly than the Constitution.